apostle expressed in God is both tender and stern, but that doesn't make him father and mother. See, again. So it's like saying a man of himself can't be tender and both stern with his child, and a woman of herself can't be both tender and stern with her child. That doesn't make any sense. Both individuals, the father, the man, the mother, the woman, have both of them have the ability to be tender and stern to the child. That they want to make it sound like they're trying to say this. One of the parents represent the tenderness, and one of them represent the sternness, because they both make up God's father and mother attributes, double gender attribute. That's saying insanity. It doesn't even work psychologically. It doesn't even work. It doesn't even work intellectually. It doesn't work, because you're trying to say that the man and the woman as individuals cannot have tenderness and also be firm with their child. And that's an attribute of God that God put in both individuals, a tenderness and firmness. A tenderness and firmness in the man and in the woman. But yet that tenderness and firmness has nothing to do with the tenderness and firmness in the man has nothing to do with his masculinity or the fact that he's a male. The tenderness and firmness in the woman has nothing to do with her femininity or the fact that she's a woman. Which goes back to this. God being him, he, his, is masculine. His tenderness and firmness has nothing to do with his masculinity. He has the ability to be tender and also firm. Okay? So they're mixed. They're trying to be smart. They're trying to be slick. Okay, watch this. Okay. T.D. Jakes is getting it from this teaching, and not just Jakes, but Emily Caddy. Is it still up here? Or did I change it? Lessons in Truth. Emily Caddy also, in Lessons in Truth, is talking to see father, mother, and she's preaching the same sermon as Jakes and as Mary Baker Eddy about the two different sides of God. How he could be tender and loving and this and that, and that's why he's father and mother. She is a straight up openly, when she was alive in the 1800s, a straight up distant student of Mary Baker Eddy, openly. Okay, so Jakes is pretending not to be, but he is. Okay, so and Maya Angelou is an open student of her, because Maya Angelou says that her version of Christianity, when she says God, she says that God, she learned from the book Lessons in Truth, which is this, that God loves her. But before you get to that point where it says God loves me, it teaches you that God is both father and mother. And it also teaches you that God is only a force. That's why Maya Angelou, sitting down there in that same interview with Oprah, would say, this force loves me. She's trying to, no, she's not deceived only. She's trying to get, her and Oprah are trying to get Christians to convert to false Christianity, to Unity Church Christianity, which is taught this book, Lessons in Truth, when they joined the church. Famous Amos, the cookie guy, he's a student there, and many other celebrities and non-celebrities as well. So let's go back to this. But that church, Unity Church, falls up under Mary Baker Eddy's Church of Christ Science, right? She teaches God is Father, Mother. God is the Father, Mother. He is the name of the deity, which indicates his tender relationship to his spiritual creation, as the apostle expressed in his words, which he quoted with the appropriation from a classic poet. For we are also his offspring. So what's the next one? That was number 3. Number 4 is father, mother. Wait, did it change? Number 3. Oh, this is 3 and 4. Okay, number 5. Right here it says the one divine mind. Now, of course, Helen Caddy in Lessons in Truth talks about the universal mind. She learns it from Mary Baker Eddy, being a distant student. The one divine mind. Mind is the divine principle. Love and can produce nothing unlike external Father, Mother, God. Reality is spiritual, harmonious, immutable, immortal, divine, eternal. Nothing unspiritual can be real, harmonious, or external. Sin, sickness. Okay, where are we at? 15 minutes already? Let's go up to 30 and we'll divide it into two 15-minute videos. The mortality and mortality are the suppositionals antipods of spirit. The must be contradictions of reality. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Number 6. Down here says, man made in his likeness poses the reflections God's wisdom. Poses and reflects God's dominion over the earth. Man made in his likeness possesses and reflects God's dominion over the earth. Man and woman as coexistent and eternal with God forever reflect in glorified quality the infinite Father, Mother, God. And that's exactly Jake's sermon. He's preaching basically verbatim from Lessons in Truth and from Emily Caddy's book. Jake says all of this stuff in that one sermon. He's saying it. He's rewording it, but he's saying he's plagiarizing it. Okay, so anyway, what's the next thing? Let's go over here. The lamb's wife presents the unity of male and female. The lamb's wife. The unity of male and female as no longer two wedded individuals, but as two individual natures in one. And this compounded spiritual individuality reflects God as Father, Mother. That's the same thing in Jake's sermon. He's comparing Father, Mother to Father, Mother, God to man and wife, man and woman, male and female as a husband and wife. Not as a corporeal being, okay? In this divinely united spiritual conscious, there is no impediment to eternal bliss, to the perfectibility of God's creation. Okay, let's go for number 8. Number 8, the first words of the spiritual sense of the Lord's Prayer, telling us, "Our Father, Mother, God," gave me a glimpse of heavenly light. Words cannot express my gratitude to God for Christian Science. This helpful testimony. When I first read Science and Health, I had tried every remedy I had ever heard of. I felt no change in my mind or body that I was conscious of until I read page 16 of the chapter on prayer in Science and Health. The first words of the spiritual sense of the Lord's Prayer, telling of our Father, Mother, God, gave me a glimpse of heavenly light. I spotted and reasoned and remembered the teaching of Jesus. Teachings of Jesus. The truth of man's spiritual being drawn on my consciousness. I realized I was not subject to mortal laws as I had been taught in my life. I could not explain how I knew this, but I knew it. Through Christian Science, Mrs. Eddy had given me what I had longed for all my life. Here's number 9 right here. Longed for all of my life. A mother. A perfect father, mother, God. I had known. There was a great lack. And at that time, I believe the Orthodox world, that's true Christianity they're talking about here. But I believe the Orthodox world had but half the truth which Jesus came to establish. See, that's what Oprah keeps saying too. When I read, "Give us this day our daily bread," and this spiritual interpretation, my tears began to flow. All the tears, bitterness, hatred, and fear melted away. I knew then, as I know now, that nothing satisfies but love. That day began the outward and inward conscious healing, mental and physical. And that's number 9 right there, right? Yep, that's number 9. Okay, so